warm welcome to Tim Wilson.
There are three things you have to have in every speech. It's not one, not two, but three. And they occur in every speech, whether you're aware of them or whether you're not. Now, some people focus on one of them, some focus on two. Very few are aware of all three. But if you don't understand all three, there's a problem. Your speech will not quite work out the way you want it to. You probably won't know why, but it's because you didn't follow the rule of the big three. You didn't have the big three. Somehow you failed in one. One of them was a little bit short, one of them was lacking, one of them didn't work, so you had a problem. Now the big three, the thing that people most know, most focus on, most pay attention to is content. That's pretty much what people think, because it's a thing you can see in front of you. When you're going out, you're creating your speech and you're writing things down on the page, you can see it out there. Just reeling out in front of you, just page after page after page. Content, okay, change this word, move this around a little bit, switch this up. It's content, and people focus on that very, very easily because it's right there in front of them. And content is important. If you don't have good content, then everything kind of falls apart from there. Stefan, you know, if you go out in front of business people and you don't know what the heck you're talking about, there's no content for them, it's just not going to work. It's going to be a disaster just waiting to happen. So content is important, but it's not the only thing. Here at Toastmasters, we learn something else. We learn a whole new level of things called delivery. It's all about delivery. It's all about how you stand. About vocal variety. It's about getting to the point. It's about inspiring the audience. It's about breaking the ice. Delivery. Very, very important. If you've got great content, but not so great delivery, it doesn't work out that well. You have to have good delivery, and they're both important. Some people think if you just have really good content, it doesn't matter how bad a presenter you are, it'll be okay, it'll be fine. And of course, this idea gives birth to those thousands of YouTubes of really, really bad presentations you see handed around and laughed. Can you believe this guy actually got up on stage and looked like that? And when you listen to the content, your content's not too bad. But it's the delivery that's nuts. There was one guy I remember recently who was just had pretty good content, seemed to have a point, but he was like this all the time, and he just was, oh like this, and they just loved it on YouTube. He got passed everywhere, everywhere. He didn't win the election he was going for, but he did hit 1 million counts of hits on YouTube, so you know, that's something looking up for him. Delivery is bad, no matter how good your content is, you're going to be in problems. Now some people stop there. Many people stop there. Content, delivery, and they figured, what else is there? That's it. That's all they're doing. I wrote it down, I figured out how to present it. What more could you possibly do? What more could you possibly want? What more could you possibly focus on up there? But there is one more thing. It's that thing that gets many, many presenters killed before they even get on stage. And that is the set. The setting. Where does this speech take place? If, for example, you've got a speech that takes place and there's some loud, noisy, air conditioner type thing going on the entire time during the speech, and you know the people in the back row aren't going to be able to hear, it's really important that you don't talk like this. Setting. And yet people go up there and they know the things going on, yet they don't think about that. People show up at the last moment to speeches and they discover that there's no microphone. And they go all running around and we've got a short delay and all everybody thinks, what? Great content? Great delivery? Who's the idiot who forgot the microphone? That's what they think. Setting and setup is so very, very important. It's not mentioned anywhere in the Toastmasters manual, not mentioned anywhere in the books. You see very few people even talking about it. And yet it's that elephant in the room. It's that thing where, yeah, it was a great presenter and he had wonderful stuff, but somehow it just didn't work for me. That's the big three. Now, of course, everybody knew it. You understood it beforehand. Somewhere in the back of your mind, you're aware of it. Maybe you weren't thinking about it in the front of your mind. You weren't thinking about it when you present. So always remember, content is important. Yes, you got to have content. No question about that. Content is very, very important. But along with content, you have to have great delivery. That's why you're here. Work on delivery. Make sure that your delivery is good, perfect, and really works with the audience. Never forget the third, the setting. If you're in some sort of setting that's got poor lighting or bad miking or something like that, you're going to have to change something, or you're going to have a disastrous presentation. So just remember, whatever and wherever your speaking be, always remember the big three. Mr. Joseph.
Thank you, Tim. We now move on to the next part of our meeting, which is equally as important as the evidence